Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending the Revive Staffing Virtual Job Fair event. I would like to introduce you to Ross and Emily. Ross and Emily will tell you about their company, job openings, and how to apply for those openings. Ross and Emily?
Hi, I'm Emily. This is Ross.
Ross.
We're here with Revive Staffing Solutions. We also represent our sister company, Agisha Global Solutions. Both are obviously staffing solutions, but they vary which industries that they cover. So we provide flexible workforce solution services that leading organizations need to accomplish their global business initiatives.
Okay, so not only do we really strive to provide quality candidates, for our Fortune 500 clients across the U.S., we create an atmosphere of growth and opportunity, where all employees can reach their potential no matter what industry they're in. We're here to talk about, Revive today, the manufacturing, engineering, light industrial, and skilled labor side of our business. If you're looking for a career change and would be interested in other professional roles like IT, project management, administrative roles, customer service, etc., don't go anywhere. We'll be happy to answer any questions, okay? We're also part of our, like Emily was saying, part of our sister company, Agisha Global Solutions, and, we'd love to discuss with you your career goals and the potential opportunities we have that can get you closer to accomplishing those goals, okay? Did you want to?
Okay, so like as Ross said, we're here to talk about some of the opportunities that we have available from our Revive side. So they're warehouse positions, skilled labor, engineering, light industrial type of roles. So there are several areas throughout Illinois that we have clients in, and so basically I'm just going to go by area and tell you like a little bit about the positions that are available. So we have clients that are in Schaumburg as well as Elgin, and these are some warehouse positions, entry level. There's forklift positions, machine operating positions, like running assembly line type positions, actual assembly on small scale products and large scale products, material handling, shipping and receiving, and mostly all of these positions there is training provided. So if you're looking for an entry level position or looking to get your foot in the door, there's some great opportunities that we have available for immediate hire, as well as a few that take an interview, and those are great entry level opportunities. We also have skilled labor and leadership positions in manufacturing and production environments. These positions we have in each position that we have for this particular company, they have a location in Antioch, Illinois, as well as Wheeling. One of the positions is a machine mechanic. There is some training provided. This position is available for entry-level candidates as well as experienced more mid to senior level candidates. So they are looking for either someone with the experience or someone who is willing to train and grow with this company for the long-term position. So they're just looking for a little bit of background that can speak to your mechanical aptitude, use of tools, automotive experience, maintenance, assembly, repairs, etc. Machine operators that have had some experience around machines, doing some troubleshooting, things like that, or somebody who, like I said, is willing to learn those types of things and eventually become a maintenance mechanic for these particular punch press machines. And then they have some die setter and tool and die repair technicians. Again, this is either entry level to more experienced candidates as well. Again, someone who has a little bit of mechanical aptitude or maybe some experience working with thermoforming, complex dies, foil dies. Maybe somebody who has had trade experience going through the courses in trade school, but hasn't worked on these particular machines, or has experience in a machine shop, is always a plus. So again, that is one where more seasoned employees would be able to train, because obviously with every company there is a learning curve. And then the same company is also looking for production team leads. So anybody that has the ability to lead, train, and develop others in a production environment. Being bilingual is also a big plus, but you don't necessarily have to be somebody who's had at least a year or more of experience in a leadership type position or training position, preferably in a consumer product sector or the food industry. This particular position would be responsible for overseeing 10 to 15 people, and it is in a fast-paced, high-volume production environment. And I know some of these just job descriptions were a little bit vague. We just wanted to give you an overview of basically what we have available. If there was any positions that you would like us to elaborate on or would like more detail, or something that you know that you can do and would be interested in pursuing, then we'd love to talk to you more after this call, or in the future, if you want a little bit more detail and information on how you can move forward with getting submitted to these positions. Oh, and also, if none of these positions pique your interest, or they're out of your area, or you're just not pursuing these types of positions at this time, please still do keep us in mind. We have generous cash bonuses for referring candidates. So if you know someone in the job market that would be interested, or would be a good fit, just go ahead, give us a call, and you can refer them to us, or have them reach out and mention that you referred them. Anybody that we place in any one of these positions will get a cash bonus for referring that particular person. And again, we do have other roles on the more professional side: call center, administrative, IT, engineering. So if those are the types of opportunities you'd be more interested, we'd be happy to help you out and go over any positions we have available in those areas.
Yes, thanks, Emily. Okay, just to reiterate what Emily was saying, we know we're throwing a lot of information at you at once. Really, at the end of the day, is reasons why you would want to connect with us, work with us. It's more about a lot of times people that are looking for positions, they may be at a crossroads of they don't know what they want to do, and they have questions. We can provide you really good information as far as what we see out there, what's going on, what managers are looking you know, maybe give you just an idea of just taking a look at your experience and having a conversation with you based on where we think you may be a good fit, you know, and with one of any of our clients. You know, at the end of the day, we want to put you in a successful position to succeed. Okay, it's, you know, it's important to us. That is, you know, Emily and you know, our main goal is to make you happy and help you. Okay, so that's, you know, that's my 2 cents. And you know, honestly, please, you know, if anyone has any questions, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to just talk to you. Okay, thank you.
And thank you.
I know there's some questions in the chat here, which you know, I can reply and answer in just a moment, but does anybody else have any questions?
I think you can go ahead and answer those questions to the best of your ability, guys.
Okay. Well, I see someone's asking to connect on the leadership positions, and looks like Mike is asking what the best way to connect with us. Absolutely. I'd love to talk to you guys more about any of the positions available. Our emails are posted here in the Zoom. If you'd like to reach out to us by phone, I can provide mine and Ross's work numbers that you can give us a call on. So I'm just going to put that in here now.
And I have scrolled down for you guys as well. I think there's the contact info for Ross there, but Emily, please feel free to continue to include yours as well.
Okay.
Either one. Anything else? Any other questions?
Yes, please feel free, if you guys have any questions, to enter those into the chat section. And as you can see, Ross and Emily will respond quickly for you. In the meantime, if you guys want to stick around, I'm just going to ask them just a few generalized questions. And that might provide or glean some insight on some things with their organization that maybe you were wondering about. So Ross and Emily, I'm going to just begin with some basic questions. Are you guys available to answer those?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Excellent. So can you kind of give the folks on here an idea of when your, you know, turnaround time would be as far as, you know, the hiring process from submitting an application to the point of actually being hired? How long can they expect that process to take in general?
Okay, well, it would depend if it was an immediate hire position or one that takes an interview, but either way, both processes are relatively quick. The immediate hire positions, you know, basically we would just have to have you come in, fill out some paperwork, do a quick drug screening, and go over the information for the positions. And if you're all set and everything feels like a good fit for you, we can get you started as early as the next day or within 24 hours. The positions that take an interview, from the time that you talk to us and submit your resume, you know, we're in contact with the hiring manager. So we're getting that, you know, as soon as we hang up with you, with your okay to move forward with being submitted. We just have to get that resume over to the hiring manager for review. Typically that takes anywhere from just a couple hours to a business day or so. So a couple hours to maybe 2 business days tops, for them to let us know whether they want to see you for an interview. We set up an interview with them, and you know, they typically will call us once you finish up the interview and they have an idea of whether or not they're going to move forward. So then there's just an onboarding process. So it could take you know, anywhere from 24, 48 hours to maybe 5 days to get started on a position.
Fantastic. And were you guys able to see the latest question that was in the chat section?
Sure. Email your resume before call. Yes, you know, you don't always have to do that, but it is very helpful. We will have a lot of questions that are based on your job history. We would like to see, you know, kind of what your skills are, what you've been doing in the past, and it would be helpful because a resume, you know, provides that contact information so we can reach you as well.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. And can you kind of describe more about, you know, like what shifts are available for people who are interested in working for you guys? As far as, you know, when does a night shift typically start? When does a day shift start?
Well, you know, we do have positions available for all shifts, first, second, third. We have some part-time positions, some split shifts. First shift is, you know, typically 6 a.m. to 2:30, 6 a.m. to 3, or, you know, 7 to 4. And then I believe second shift, what would that be, like 3:30 to 11?
Can range from 2 or a 3 start, and it's an 8-hour, it's pretty much 8 hours. So if it's 2:30, then it ends at like 11 or 10:30. If it's a 3 p.m. start, then it ends around 11.
Yeah, so it's just, yeah, it is your, you know, typical 8-hour shift. The skilled labor positions, there is overtime provided, so some of those positions would be 10-hour shifts, some would be 8. But yes, it does vary based on the company, the position, and, you know, whether you're looking for full or part-time.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for that response. Are there any sort of educational requirements for any of these positions that you guys have discussed here today?
You know, like some for skilled labor, you know, if it's an entry level person with no work experience, some trade school or you know, machine like mechanic courses would be helpful. But no, like you do have to have a high school education for most of the positions as a minimum. But college experience, no. We're more so looking at your skills and work experience.
Excellent. I know a lot of questions regarding kind of COVID and the current state of affairs. Can you guys just kind of elaborate on how you are aware of some of your clients handling those safety precautions?
Yeah, so basically our clients have a protocol in place set up so every employee upon arriving at work before they even enter the building will have to check in with a nurse. Um, the nurse will do a temperature check and give you a couple screening questions basically to see if you're experiencing any symptoms. If you do have a temperature or if any questions from the questionnaire would indicate that you might have symptoms of COVID, then you would be sent home, at which point you would either have to go to the doctor and get tested or just have a 2-week waiting period where you are quarantined and cannot return to work until you are symptom free.
Excellent. Thank you. And I do have another question for you guys, and I know it may be somewhat difficult to respond because, you know, your clients probably vary on, you know, whatever their own guidelines or protocols are. But can you kind of elaborate on what some of the standard benefits are that would be offered by these organizations, and then kind of piggybacking off that, maybe some of the fringe benefits that they might offer? One thing that I get quite frequently is people asking about like clothing allowances if they work in a warehouse setting.
Okay, well, yes, you are correct. It does, you know, it varies based on the client. And, you know, it really depend on whether it was a contract position, a contract to hire, or a direct hire position. The contract to hire positions, you know, they're either a short-term contract and you get converted or, you know, you continue to be on contract. So there are opportunities to be a permanent full-time employee with the contract to hire and direct placements, which are more so in the skilled labor positions. They do offer 401k. I know one of our clients offers life insurance matching, 401k, dental, and medical. I believe it's Blue Cross Blue Shield. And then they, PTO, vacation time, things like that. Some of them offer holidays, some of them do not. But most of our clients are closed for the holidays. Again, that would depend on which client it was, but some of them do pay out the holidays when you're not working, and some of them do not. So, like we said, it does vary a little bit based on the client and what sort of hiring process that we take with you.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. And are there any sort of remote positions that are available for any of the clients that you guys are serving at the moment?
Yes, more so for our Geisha Global Solutions clients. There are some remote call center positions, there are some remote IT positions, and remote admin positions. Those positions, they all vary based on the location of the client, whether or not you do have to be local. Some of them, plan on returning as soon as everything blows over. I don't know that anybody has an idea of when that will be, but some require you to be local, some don't require that, because you can be fully remote, and it will be till further notice. But yes, there definitely are remote opportunities available.
Thank you. And as far as can applicants expect to be paid for the time that they're being trained?
Yes. Every hour that they work from, the time that they clock in on the first day. So there is some positions have a training curve where you're in training for anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. And yes, you are trained for that. The entry-level positions, there is a full day of orientation, and you do get paid for orientation as well.
And how often are new jobs posted?
Pretty much daily.
And then a final question that I have for you guys is, how can a candidate stand out and get an interview, assuming they are qualified for the position that they're applying for?
Well, basically, you just highlight your skills in your resume. The best thing for hiring managers is looking at a resume and having all the requirements laid out in front of them. So making your resume stand out, highlighting your qualifications for that particular position, I'd say would be the best thing to do. And if it does require an interview, just go into detail about what you know and how it relates to the job.
Thank you, Emily. And at this time, I would just like to remind everyone that if you have any questions for either Ross or Emily, you can go ahead and enter those into the chat section, and we'll get those answered for you as soon as possible. In the meantime, Ross, Emily, I would like to provide you all with an opportunity to kind of give any sort of summary statements that you would like to make, or just touch base on any information that you might have accidentally gone over or omitted.
Do you have anything?
Yeah. Hey guys. All right. So, Daniel, you touched on some of the questions. How can a candidate stand out? Well, when you're speaking with us, those are like, very, informative, sessions and conversations where we can dialogue on, what your likes, dislikes, how to position you to actually stand out. So that's a plus when working with Emily and I. Taking advantage of the knowledge that we have pertaining to what's going on in the market for set industries that you're trying to get a job in. It's really about using your resources, and that's what we're here for. I feel strongly about Emily and I on our capabilities of really, we care. We really do. We care about the people that we work with. We want them to succeed. That's why we're in this business. So that's what I would just stress the most. So with that, I'll pass.
And yeah, I would definitely second that notion that both Ross and Emily made. I would definitely implore those of you on the webinar today to please reach out to them, even if the positions that they did go over may not be of particular interest to you. These are both very, very good, upstanding individuals. They're prompt. They'll get back to you with any questions that you've got. So please reach out to them with any questions that you've got, or just to explore the opportunities that they have within their organization. Again, I have provided their contact info in the chat section. Near the top of that section, you'll see both Ross and Emily's name there, their emails, and you'll also see a link to their employer booth page, which is actually up on the screen right now. At that location, you can get a little bit more information about their organization. Obviously, there's employer contact information for Ross. Emily, I believe, has also included her phone number in the chat section as well. And as you can see, Ross's phone number is up there on the screen for you in the employer booth. So please, again, I would just urge you all to reach out to them, make an initial contact, start the conversation. These guys will definitely make sure to get you on the road and the pathway to success. With that stated, I would just like to thank you all for attending today. Thank you to the participants, and namely, thank you, Ross and Emily. I definitely appreciate your presentation, and it's been a pleasure working with the two of you.
Yes, likewise.
Yeah,
Thank you, Daniel.
You as well, Dan. Thank you.
And thank you all for attending.
Absolutely. Have a nice day, everyone.
Okay, you too.
You too.